First and foremost, enjoy the night. Okay, yeah, like I said to you, from the start of the season, everyone's had their eyes on this game, okay, or this competition, to show people in the stands, right, whoever's out there watching, you never know, I will say to you, okay, any one game of football can turn and make something happen for you, okay, tonight could be that. Full-back, wing-backs, you follow them. D, Alfie, yeah, wherever their full-backs are, D, that's you. And then, you know, you three centre-halves, you haven't got to worry, Jamal, about, oh, should I step in with it, because what about if I get done in behind, you've got three of these.
Not had something like this at under-21s, you know, for a very long time. You know, the players do get opportunities to play international teams, maybe in pre-season if we go away on tours, or certainly in the younger age groups. But yeah, it's harder to come by the older, you know, you get. And like you said, it's one that we really look forward to because the level of the opposition. And I think for a club like West Brom, when you start hearing the names of Valencia and Juventus and Borussia Mönchengladbach, they are, you know, big European clubs that, you know, the boys have probably watched play in the Champions League, and now them sitting, you know, in a dressing room getting ready to go out and play and experience that. I think it was from the very early stages of the season on their minds that when these games come around, that every single player wants to be involved in these games. You know, it carries more subs, so you know we can get more players the opportunity than a regular PL2 game. And like you said, it's a game we know that will have more eyes on us maybe than general. And if the boys play well in these games, that can have a big impact on how it looks for them moving forward.
Nice simple setup, so there's two pairs. Push, drop. There, one. Toes on the way back, John. Okay, again, come on you. Good, right in. Push through to the hip. Maybe one, now progression, come on in. Hold on the toes on the way back. Toes. Switch! One, switch! Ah! 2, 1, 2, 3. Louder. 3, 2, yellow.
Our weeks, we try and keep it very similar for the players in terms of we want certain things to come out in the week that they are getting the opportunity to practice in order to become better footballers. But as we get closer to the games, we sort of streamline that information then to become very specific around, you know, parts of the game when we have the ball and what we're going to do to try and stop the opposition.
D might drop down, play D. Now, Agrissa, Matty, Jack, you're trying to find the spaces in between the orange, but let that might jump out and press. Just go to D, it might go D, you might just pass it straight to Torrid. Because in a game, fullback goes to winger. Torrid, you might come into Agrissa. Agrissa might change it out to Alfie. Torrid, at times, if you want to drift in the pitch and give D all the width, I'll let ya. Are we ready? Yes, Matthew Fowler, let's go.
Souleyman Mandey, 6 times.
Good chance.
Good.
Nice one. Yes. Good go. He's here. Yeah, now we're out. Okay. Great pocket, there you go. Yes, well done, Keegan. Get around the pitch. Good Sully. Forward, now the nine's on.
We make sure that throughout the session the players are very clear on the information we give them, and that doesn't sort of change whether it's Juventus or whether it's, you know, Reading at home. Really, it's a big part, and I think the further they go in their careers, and if they make the step into the manager, again, that detail, probably increases slightly because of the nature and the impact of having to win games on a Saturday. So yeah, no, it's a very important part.
4v3. Remember, we're looking for quick attack, quick goals. Here we go. Score is 2-1 yellow. 2-1 yellow. Are we ready? Because the yellows are winning. Brian, play out from you. Yes, love that. Brilliant, Torrin. 5, 4, 3,
Everyone's excited for the game, and I think it'd be a really good test for us coming up in the International Cup.
Everyone looking sharp?
Yeah, everyone's looking good, everyone's ready, and I'm ready too.
Yeah? You're obviously a very smiley, laughy character. We can see it now on your face as we're walking. Do you feel like that sort of helps ahead of like big pressure games like the one we're going to face on Tuesday?
Yeah, I feel like that helps a lot because I feel like I bring a lot of energy. I bring a lot of laughter and jokes to the group, so yeah, I feel like they enjoy it as well. So
Know when to be serious though when you need to be. So.
no, 100%. Like Tuesday, I'll be serious. That's a big test for us, and I can't wait. Just excited. Everyone's excited. Everyone's talking about it in the change rooms, and yeah, everyone can't wait to play in the competition.
We're in that age group where you want them to, again, the focus is on development, but there is also an element of winning games. So we want to marry up as close to the first team as we possibly can, so they're sort of ready for that step up when it comes. So pretty much all of our preparation is based off how a first team would set up.
Me and Alex, we work very closely, and he sort of, as part of his job, gets footage of the oppositions that we play and uploads those onto Huddle, so that gives myself and Dion access to also watch the games, and he will compact a little file for us based on certain strengths and weaknesses of the opposition.
I'd be working at least a week in advance, so I'd be watching the opposition games. Again, this game has been a little bit different in terms of actually getting the footage and information, because it's not as easy as when you play in the English leagues where you can literally just get any footage you want. Then film training pretty much every day, and then as the week progresses, I'll finish off producing the meeting, painting up the clips, or as we say, telestrating the clips, getting ready for Matchday -1, where we will show a little bit of information to the players so they actually get an eyes on rather than just the training day information. And then on a match day, it will be a full-blown team meeting with all the information, all the tactical information we want to provide to the lads.
I think I've worked with Silksy, a long time now, and when he worked with me at the under-18s, he sort of got an idea on how I like to set my teams up, and if teams play a certain way, depending on the formation that we play, he sort of can already start to bring those clips to life, and he can paint them up and make those visual effects for the players very clear, which are great learning tools for them when we do go out onto the pitch to practice those elements.
So just to start with, obviously, as I mentioned, their shape from goal kicks, obviously they're set up as sort of 4-3-3 with those 3 deep. But then as they sort of slowly build, you'll see the right wing sort of roll inside, the fullback go high, and they'll create that box in midfield. Yeah. Try and get that numerical advantage in the centre of the park and look to exploit the spaces in there.
Yeah. So we can put us in our 4-4-2 from goal kicks.
And from their goal kicks again, they'll try and set up really quick, as I mentioned before. They'll set up before you're even set up ready to disrupt you. Try and not get a sort of standard press against them. They'll just play out and exploit the sort of unreadiness of our side. So to be a little bit switched on when they're ready to play out.
To be fair, looking at this, there's a lot of the bits that the opposition are doing here against them will be similar to us.
Yeah.
A lot of the information I provide is more team-based, with the drip feeding of if there is like a standout player, I'll highlight those. But again, it's more so we sort of do in possession, out possession, sort of strengths and weaknesses for the teams. And then obviously your general what shape they're going to be, how they're going to press against us, which influences how we're essentially going to set up against them. So it's allowing the coaches not to go into the games blind. It lets them have a good overview of what they're expected to be when we play against them.
When you come and play against, Nordsjælland, you sort of are excited to see what they're about when you watch their games, and tactically their game, might have certain differences to the style of the English game. So I think that brings in itself, the willingness to want to learn and see what they do and how we can combat it. So and that's the same for the next games that we have coming up in the competition.
So for this game, we've highlighted that in their transition, there's quite a bit of space between the units. In their build-up, they tend to play with 4-3-3, but then they'll change formation as they go, where the winger will roll inside and they'll essentially make a 3-box-3. So obviously getting our midfield three on the ball is key, because there's so much space for them to exploit, get the ball on the half turn and then play forward. Like you said, there is so much information that sort of gets pumped into them, but I think that's where Leigh's workflow works really nicely, is that it is implemented on the grass, so they have not just a week's worth of training to get better, they also do it from a tactical perspective in the background.
We can only prepare the players as much as we can, and listen, sometimes you go into games and it does completely come off the way that you draw it up, but then at the same time, you can have games where you plan and prepare for teams to do one thing, and then straight away on the night it's completely different. And then if that's the case, we then in game Silksy will look to again get those clips while the game's going on, and it might be something that we have to deliver to players at half time and actually go, look boys, they've changed now, so look, it looks like this for us. So yeah, there's lots and lots of work that goes in, to the preparation and the analysis part of the game.
And just one attacking corner from this game. They don't look to do anything overly clever, just deliver the ball, run round the back, try and hit him, play it again. Quite comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, nice.
That's it.
Yeah, no, all right, plenty there then. So we'll use a couple of the games of ours that opposition have played similar to get our out of possession stuff, and then in possession from the Spurs game and the training sessions.
Yeah.
We'll put a little bit about how hopefully in possession we can hurt them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yep.
All right, nice one. Cheers, Silks.
So Jack, we're hearing your things at Albion.
Yeah.
Just tell us what you're doing on the morning of the big game.
Yeah, just chilling out really. Just maybe watch a bit of TV, play darts, just chilling out really. Just relaxing before the game.
Cup of tea as well, yeah?
Yeah, I like a cup of tea, so I'll make my own in the morning.
Yeah. How strong do you have it? Milky?
Oh, milky.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's it been like moving here?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been quite an easy sort of transition, just because I did live away from home before when I was at Harrogate. So yeah, I was sort of used to it in a way. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed living down here.
Does this move to West Bromwich Albion feel like the biggest move of your life so far?
Yeah, 100%. It's a massive club as well. So moving down here was something that I want to do and challenge yourself in this different environment.
Have you been made to feel settled? A few people help you?
Yeah, 100%. You know, all lads are good. Staff are all brilliant. And yeah, it's just been an easy sort of transition. Yeah.
What about your roomie?
Yeah, he's good. He's a good lad. Can be annoying, but he's a good lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's helped me out as well moving, so it's been good. It's been good. You're welcome, mate.
And part of coming here as well, like you say, you've had this your eye on this game tonight.
Yeah.
Is it these sort of opportunities that you came here for?
Yeah, 100%. You know, obviously even like playing in the PL2 National League, and then obviously the National League Cup, and then the Cup tonight, the International Cup. You know, obviously would never be able to experience that at Harrogate. So to come here and be able to do that, you know, it was something that I was excited to do.
Absolutely. You'll be looking to hit the target tonight, no doubt, as well.
Yeah, you know, it's been coming. I've not managed to get myself on the score sheet yet, but you know, hopefully tonight I can.
You can try and hit the target in a minute now. Darts, I believe, is a pre-match routine, yeah?
Yeah, we can have a little game of darts, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, come on.
Right. See that?
What an 80.
How'd you do that then? You've never done that before in your life.
Standard to me, that. It's my favourite to aim for, but don't mean I'm great at it. Yeah. Turn up for a big occasion.
78, so I just do the maths.
You can do the maths there. 83.
Is it weird using your hands to hit a target when you're used to using your feet, or?
Yeah, I'm used to kicking rather than throwing, but yeah, it's all the same concept, isn't it, I suppose.
As long as it helps you relax.
Double 26. About 95?
95.
You bust?
That's not 95. It's 85.
85.
So I'm on
7. Double 10.
Get close to the madhouse.
right.
Game shots.
I was sort of a Worcester lad that I moved up in my first year scholarship, so left home when I finished school and had probably 12 months in digs, and it was where I lived with 3 other lads, so there was 4 of us in one house, which, you know, was a real good time for me, because it sort of, one, had to make me grow up a little bit quicker, and although you had a family looking after you, you know, it was waking up early and getting yourself in on time, and sometimes having to go and catch the bus to go and get to college, and all those things that, you know, perhaps you wouldn't have done if you had to stay and, you know, go to sixth form. So yeah, no, I think digs is it's a big step for the boys in their, you know, journey, but I think the ones that do experience it, it's such a, you know, a big life skill, and one that I think helps them develop a little bit quicker.
So Jack, we're out for a little chilled walk before a game. Do you feel like this helped you relax you ahead of the game tonight?
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's good to take your mind off the game. Just relaxes you before it, yeah.
We're playing at the Hawthorns as well. Obviously every part of your day, week is about gearing to play there one day. So playing on an occasion like tonight and getting, you know, the result and the performance that you want to display there, hopefully get you even closer to that goal. Yeah, no, it's a game where there'll be a lot more eyes, a lot more people watching. And, you know, you want to be playing Hawthorns every week, so it's an occasion to show yourself, and, you know, it's a special one. Always special playing at the ground, so yeah. And just tell us, Jack, on a night like this, what would it mean for you to score in it? Would it be better than anything you've done in your career so far, do you think? Yeah, no, it'd be unbelievable to score, especially first goal for the club in a game like tonight. It'd mean a lot to me to score tonight. You might have moved away from Barnsley, but your dad's following you down as well tonight, isn't he? He's there all the time. So is my mum. Mum's good, she can't make it, but, you know, my dad will be there to watch and support. I'm sure Mum will be watching it as well, just on the TV. So yeah. even better when the family's there as well? Does that drive you on a little bit more when you know you've got someone in the flesh there watching?
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, it's good to see your family there in the stands when you're playing. It adds a bit more confidence, and you know, it's love seeing them there, supporting me.
Excellent. Best of luck for tonight.
Thank you very much.
Our last meeting before we actually play the game is, like you said, just reinforcing those messages that we've done out on the training pitch. So we will go through how it looks for us without the ball and the things that we want them to do, what spaces we need them to cover, and when we're going to go after the ball, all of those sorts of things. And then likewise on the flip side, when we have the ball, you know, this is the spaces that they leave and where we want to look to try and hurt them, because ultimately, if we can do that, that shows the people that are watching the game what the players can do.
So here's how it looks. So Alfie jumps with Jack, the triangle, Sully, you're all locked on. Cole, Matty, if they bring you right down, obviously you don't need to get super tight, give yourself a couple of yards, but no, we are 3 for 3 here, and as they play out, let's say it goes Alfie's side, he goes and doubles it. If they play the bounce out, Sully, you follow the bounce out. So you see, you'll run after it, Sully, because it's just your momentum that you'll be doing, and Alfie, you'll just fill in there. All right? And hopefully, we're still man for man everywhere. All right? You're wrapping round. The last thing I'm going to say about Love, all right? From yesterday's training, they might look to create this, okay? So if they get good possession, they might bring both the wingers in, all right? And the fullbacks will bomb on, and they'll make like a 2-1, 2-2, okay? And these come really on. So if they do that, all right, listen, as they go really high, naturally, if the ball's with the centre halves, what can our wingers do? Start where? Do I want them really wide?
No,
okay, right, brilliant. Narrow, okay? And then, listen, if he's behind your eye line, Diego and Michael, all right, if that starts to get fizzed out here, you can jump that, all right? And then, listen, Cole and Matty will be screening, and the wingers, you just fall inside here, okay? And we keep nice and tight. And then remember, if one of the 8s is getting ready to run, Mo's tracking that, Jamal's on the 9, and Michael, you are on that winger that's playing narrow, and you leave the fullback that's on this side. Obviously, Miller, you just get nice and narrow. So that just might be one thing that they look to do that's slightly different, okay, than what we've seen on the video. Everyone clear with that? Yep. Yeah? Good stuff?
So I will sort of cover those in and out of possession bits, and then obviously the team that work with me, so Dion and Smarty, then come in, and you know, set pieces is such a big part of the game where they'll break down that side of it and go through the meeting, again, where those players need to be, the responsibilities that we expect them to carry out. And I think it's good for the players that they, in that, just get those last through visual elements in their head, so there's no grey area when they step over that white line.
First corner either side. Little changes to it. Cole will come and get on it. Alfie, get it out to him. Speak to each other how you want it. I would prefer probably to be got out quick so Cole can have a touch, because there will be time for him to have a touch to put that delivery to the back post. Mike, first of all, you're running him towards the penalty spot where Jack is. Spin, nice arc, timely runs. Other 3 across the ball. You should have a free header at the back post if the ball's delivered perfect, as I'm sure it will be, Cole. Everyone all right with that? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Good. Jack, pens.
Take accountability for your man, make sure it's us on first contact, second contact. As we travel up to the ball, make sure it's us who go out marking. Yeah. Be on it tonight, take accountability for your runners, have a pride about what we do, look at the threats. Throughout the game you'll see who their aerial dominant threats are. Obviously the back 2 will come in. Make sure that we go like for like and say, make it about you and them. The zone, don't duck out of anything, make sure it's just on the first contact, and if we do get first contact and the ball gets to the edge of the box, we go with intent, we don't just rush out, we come out with purpose and marking.
Ultimately, as a coach, you want those players to believe in the messages that you're saying, and ultimately carry that out, and you want them to want to play for you. And I think that's the part I enjoy, and you know, almost getting them to hang on your every message, so that you know, if at any point they feel like they're unsure, they come to me and go, Leigh, well, listen, they're doing this now, so shall I? And I think it's that relationship that you create with the players makes it easy to do, and they're a good group that, like you said, are keen to learn and wanna get better. The Hawthorns is a special place for the lads to play, and I think any game in our calendar that gets played there, there's always that excitement around it. I think the players driving up to the stadium, getting out the cars and walking around the pitch as they come, and they're the games we look forward to, you know, probably more so than most, rightly or wrongly. But like you said, because it is the home of West Brom, and they want to make their debut there ultimately when that stadium is full, and you know, I think they see players this season already having done that opportunity, you know, and they want to experience it as well.
Okay lads, listen, first and foremost, enjoy the night, okay, yeah? Like I said to you, from the start of the season, everyone's had their eyes on this game, okay, or this competition, so show people in the stands, right, whoever's out there watching, you never know, I will say to you, okay, any one game of football can turn and make something happen for you, okay? Tonight could be that. The goal kick, just to reiterate, if they don't follow us in and they keep a back four, all right, and Alfie and Miller are in, Brian, I'm then happy for you, all right, to, if Mike break that line and then just clip that one, and then on the travel, if he ends up coming out, Mike, you've got to win the header, Sully, you've got to run. But if they follow us in, okay, and they look like the 2-2-2, we've got the space on the outside, but hit it Sully, that makes sense, yeah? If you don't see that, Michael, give Brian the shout, clip it, and then we win the header. Play forward, run forwards, all right? Listen, I don't want to have to come in here at half time and say, why didn't we start the game on the front foot, get in their faces, because at Spurs, okay, we gave them too much respect. I don't want the centre-halves having touch, zinging things all over the place. Sully and Jack as a two, you're getting up to the ball. Cole and Matty, well, one of them will get around that one sitter, and then people behind take responsibility and step forward and be aggressive, okay? And we get on the front foot early, we play in their half and show you quality, all right? And then listen, let's see where we're at half time, all right? Enjoy it, okay? Be competitive out there, yeah? Do?
Yeah, just because it's an International Cup, we don't want to see nothing different. We don't want to be watching saying, who is that player? Because, oh, it's an International Cup, I want to do something different. No, do exactly what you've been doing through the season, previous seasons. Yeah, play on two-touch, play forward, win your first header. I'm going to look at, till half-time, I'll centre down. All I'm looking at is going to be defenders. How many first contacts have they won? Midfielders, how many times have they landed on the centre-back's ball? How many times have the midfielders link play, and how many times have the attacking players got into the final third and got on product? That's all I'm looking for, first half, and then we talk about it half time.
Yeah. When I get tunes on, right? change it to help us, because what are they doing when they have the ball? What are they doing with all of their bodies? Playing well. They're all dropping, all right? If the ball's here, he's coming right down, he's coming right down, he's coming right down. And like at times, the reason why you're getting passed around, all right, is because we had sometimes the 2 centre-halves just on the halfway line not doing anything. Sometimes D's maybe coming in and Alfie's ending up back here, all right? So we've got to make a change. Ed's obviously coming on for Michael and Corin's going to come on for Miller, okay? We're going to change to 3-5-2, okay? That will allow you to get yourself a little bit more aggressive when we haven't got the ball, because we want to get ourselves back in the game, okay? So, centre forward on the side of the ball, looks to come feet, to drag the centre half out, yes? All right, the other centre forward, Torrin, yeah, is spinning so that he's got that one, okay? Sometimes, Sully, as the 10, you can just run the corner, Sully, all right? Run your man athletically, you've got the legs on him, so Alfie can spin that. Full-backs, wing-backs, you follow them, D, Alfie, yeah, wherever their full-backs are, D, that's you. And then, do you know you 3 centre-halves? You haven't got to worry, Jamal, about, oh, should I step in with him, because what about if I get done in behind, you've got 3 of yous. So if he comes, Jamal, all the way in here, you are front foot, and then the outside 2 centre-halves, Evan and Mo, just mark ball side, goal side. So if they do try and shell one over the top, yous are ready to race in there. Or likewise, if your man's coming all the way in here, you can follow him. D, if that player's making a run, you track him, so you're like man for man all over the pitch now to go and get back into it, because we are going more aggressive to go and get back in the game. All right, everyone got that tactically? Any questions?
Players themselves, they know when they perform well and when they don't, and like you said, it's never personal when you tell them, you know, they're not quite been at the level that you want, and like you said, they know that I'm only trying to help really at the end of the day, and ultimately you've seen the level now that you're going to be competing at, and you've got to be more ready for that when we play Juventus and Valencia, and hopefully you know, can give an even better account of ourselves on those nights. We needed to change a few things around, and I think, you know, the players understand that the environment that they are wanting to go into is a very ruthless industry. You know, it's not the right thing to do to give them false hope or false information. So yeah, we had a few sort of home truths, if you like, that were said, and changed things to hopefully, you know, give us a bit more of a foothold in the game. And I think I got a reaction from them at half time, and we probably should have scored 1, maybe 2 goals to get back into the game. But the pleasing thing for me was that I got that reaction.
Okay, listen, you're going to come up against good sides, good players in this tournament, all right, or in this competition, okay? We can't start games like that, all right, okay? And give soft goals away, all right? First 2 goals when you see him back are soft. The third's a penalty, you're wrong side, you pulled him down, okay, when you see it back, all right? Listen, if we, on another day, and this is a positive, by the way, we come out second half, the shape, actually, I think, helps us. That's probably going to be us now moving forward, by the way, and get used to that, okay, and because it gives us a little bit more security behind the ball, we're not as afraid to go and step in, okay? So be prepared for that for Friday, okay? Because if we get back in that game, Tommy comes on and you impact it for 15, 20 minutes before you hit the post, you have one that gets cut back to you, all right? Jack Bray's one in the first half. I know it sounds a bit like a broken record, but like I said, you've had opportunities to score. We've got to just keep working it. We've got to make sure we take chances when they come away. So we get back into that 2-2 with Torrin, and then that one costs us 3-2 loss. All right, we'll be kicking ourselves. Yeah. Some of yous, all right, and again, Dee's got some bits, and we'll clip it and show yous. That's some real stuff that like we shouldn't be watching. Like seeing us come in here, ball gets kicked over our head, and we're just like our man's ran off us. We're just jogging back. Instead of seeing my man, I'm in tight with him. As it goes over my head, he's not running past me. It's mentality. Yeah, it's mentality and showing people that are in the stands that when it really comes to it, because the levels that some of you are at, the levels that some of you want to go and play, all right, it ain't going to happen with what you're putting out at the minute. Some of you, it is not going to happen. All right. No point feeling sorry for yourself. You've got to keep working. You've got to keep training right. And this is the running games that we've got now: Leeds, Juventus, Braintree. The games keep coming, so you're going to keep having the opportunities. But like I said to you, you've got to keep making sure you perform because, like I said, if the same things keep getting put out from some of you, you ain't going to play, lads. All right, you ain't going to play. We'll move on to the next cohort. Get the younger lads up. They have the opportunities. They get stretched. They get challenged. I've got no problem losing games, lads, if we do it in the right way. No problem. All right. If I keep giving people opportunities and I'm not getting the performances or I'm not getting the reaction back, all right, eventually that then comes and goes. All right. And in football, you get moved on. You go and find your careers elsewhere, and other lads come and play. That's the harsh reality. All right, and you're at that level, boys. You're at that level, fighting for contracts, fighting for loans, fighting to get into the first team squads, all right? Okay? So, like I said, some positives, but loads to do, lads, loads to do.
I think if we can perform at our best or more like what we want it to look like for longer, regardless of the result at the end of the game, then I think, you know, the players can hold their heads high and ultimately it's not going to be the whole making of them, these games. You know, the season's a long course, and like you said, players are at different stages in their development. But I think if they don't perform in these games, then you know, you look, that's ultimately what first team games are going to feel, and even more when the stadium's full. So, you know, we need to know that they can perform on occasions and nights like these that we're giving them. The amount of people, not just that I work with, but even who I see, you know, back home that get wind of this competition and, you know, ask me, God, West Brom, you're playing Juventus, and you're like, yeah, we are. And I think it's, you know, such a big occasion that, yeah, the players are grateful, and I think that's why, you know, so many of them want to try and experience, you know, getting on that pitch and having that exposure to ultimately show what they're about.